One of the best things about working with sterling silver, especially if you're just starting out, like I am, is that you can recycle it, essentially. If you're not completely satisfied with your, whatever piece you're working on or your project, you can just remelt it, recast it, make an ingot out of it, and start over. Now, I've made a few videos, making rings and pendants and things like that. And, like I said, I'm just starting out, so I wasn't completely satisfied with the results. Obviously, they turned out okay, but I know I can do better, right? So I'm going to go ahead and just melt everything down, recast it into some casting shot, and then as I need more material, I'll just cast new ingots and things like that. So now, obviously, when you're reusing pieces that you've made, especially if you've done some soldering and things like that on it, there is an argument out there about, is it actually sterling silver anymore now that you've kind of added that solder and things like that. But honestly, especially if you're just starting out, it really doesn't matter that much. We're talking, fractions of a percent of, some added copper from the solder, right? So, it's like a 50-gram piece, like if you're making 50-gram silver pieces, which is pretty big. And maybe you have to solder a few things. Like we're talking, it's like a little grain of sand, essentially, that you're adding to it. So, that argument matters, down the road if you're constantly reusing the materials. But then you can just add some fine silver, or you can, add some fresh sterling that is the 92.5% silver or whatever. And it'll bring that percentage closer to what it's supposed to be. But in all honesty, I think, like I said, starting out, it is a good thing to be able to reuse your materials, right? And especially, like your shavings and different pieces that you sawed off and stuff like that. You can just kind of remix those in, melt them all together, and have a fresh ingot or whatever to work with. So just remember to recycle and reuse whenever possible, right? Keeps costs low, allows you to practice more and get better in your craft. So I think that about does it for this one. I hope you enjoyed it, found it a little informative. If you did, don't forget to like the video and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.